Hello and welcome everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a short video on my fairy core-ish themed island. I've been working on my island for the past couple of months and I felt like I had so many different themes that I wanted to incorporate. Natural, floral, fairy core, just a huge group of things, and I decided instead of choosing just one theme, I wanted to put it all together and make something that I really loved, something that's colorful and I thought was beautiful. So I'm going to be walking you through some of my favorite places in my island. For example, this is my crescent moon pond. I'm pretty proud with how this turned out. I watched a video of a creator who also created this type of pond. I decorated mine a bit differently and added some waterfalls around, and I really just tried to keep things natural but emphasize some of the natural, such as these small little bits of mushroom pathing around my mushroom lights. Now we're moving into my library area. I got a lot of inspiration from different Pinterest creators, and I wanted to again incorporate pink and purples and fun colors, but kind of keep a theme to it. Something that's a bit magical, such as this moon lamp. Now, when it comes to my beaches, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have very much inspiration for this. And I felt like I wanted my beaches to just stay simple, mostly because I didn't know what to do with them. So for example, I added some flowers, some different pathing, such as shells to give it a bit of a natural beachy vibe. Some of my favorite pieces of furniture from Animal Crossing include these gazebos. I use several gazebos and pergolas around my island, and I feel like they just give a really whimsical type of vibe, which is something that I loved. There are some places in my island that I have some of the bug models, like dragonflies and butterflies. I'm still not sure how I feel about the dragonfly model though. To be completely honest with you, it's a little bit creepy. But the butterflies are something that I really love. I do have the Happy Home Paradise DLC. That's where I grabbed some of the vines and glowing moss, again to add a whimsical vibe. Now we're kind of going backwards a bit, but this is a secondary pathway towards my museum. Again, lots of waterfalls and flowers and vines. Originally, when I first made my island, as this is my second renovation, I had my museum have a really grand entrance. And I thought that's something that I kind of wanted to change up for this island. I wanted to make it kind of quaint and cozy with lots of trees around, but also natural. Moving into some of my shopping, I kept my shop separate. So this is the Able Sisters clothing shop. I love having a little bit of a theme outside of a shop as to what's inside. Some of the Sanrio items that I have also gotten I think are absolutely adorable. They don't necessarily go with the, I guess, color scheme of my island, but I really do enjoy having them. Now we're moving down to another part of my beach. This is also right by my airport entrance. We have a house here, again with the pergola. I love them. A covered counter. This is just like a mini flower stand. Absolutely beautiful. Got to use some of those wedding items that otherwise I didn't really know what else to use. Lots of little seating areas that you'll see popping up here in my island. I really wanted to provide lots of places for my villagers to take a seat. That doesn't necessarily mean right in the middle of the grass. Now I do love when they take a seat under trees, but sometimes they like to plop just in completely random places. So adding lots of seats for any friends that come around and allowing my villagers to have some places to relax. That was a big priority. We're gonna go west of my island. Lots of little water details here and there that I wanted to incorporate. Originally, my island theme was ocean and very beachy, but changing it, I didn't necessarily want to get rid of all of the water features, as I really do love the relaxing sound of the waterfalls on my island and fountains. I decided to keep some of those little bits of detail that I had in my original island. Here's a little mini farm with, again, a pergola. I love them. I can't get enough of them. Lots of natural flowers around here, watering well. Moving down to the other half of my beach, seating, telescope. Some of my favorite items also include the Nova lights, which I think look absolutely gorgeous in the evening time. This is a little beach coffee shop. Some of my favorite little details here include these beware of the fairies pillowcases that I actually found on Pinterest. We are heading towards backside of my shop, which also leads us up to some of the cliff areas. We're gonna go up to the cliffs where I have my campsite. Oh, this is one of my favorite spaces in my island. This cliffside over here, I'll go into a little bit more as to some of the natural pieces here and there. I really used a lot of pinks, blues, and purples and whites in terms of flowers, with a touch of orange here and there, depending on the tone of orange. But the colors of flowers that I completely removed were actually the yellows and reds, as I thought they were just a little too much for my island. They didn't really go with the type of aesthetic that I want. Now moving east, we have a very natural, I kept it quite sparse here because I wanted it to feel just like a little forest, just like a natural little forest with stepping stones here and there. Have a little fishing spot here with some little stools to grab the fishing rods and do some fishing. I also have some other little cliffside accents, which I'll go back down so you can really see the beauty of this little space here. But I'm going to take you towards my home. I really love the different bubble makers. I actually do want to add more of these to my island and kind of hide them a bit so it just looks like bubbles are naturally floating around. My home is really quite simple, but that is the grand entrance to my home. Going up here, I have my orchard. It is, as you can see, overrun with weeds, but really, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I think it's quite natural. Also flexing with my 5-star flowers, which I cannot get enough of. Some of my other favorite pieces include the glowing moss items, specifically this pond. I used this pond. I wanted to use it in multiple places. I didn't want it to get too repetitive though. Now we have some more homes over here. Again, kept quite simple, some seating, little bits of garden spaces, and just lots of weeds and trees. Now I'm gonna take you to my third tier of cliffs. This also houses 2 different residents, as well as just big, beautiful, overrun, kind of messy. I like to call my island a bit of organized chaos. I wanted to make sure that I also kept some bamboo on my island. I don't necessarily think that it goes with everything that I have, but again, I wanted to keep resources and keep my island flourishing. So we are back in the museum space. We're gonna cross this bridge, and if we go north, that'll take us right back to my home, but I'm gonna show you just a little bit of in between. Again, lots of moss, lots of flowers, little mushrooms and bushes here and there. Kept it very, very simple as I didn't necessarily have ideas for design. I, again, just wanted to keep the natural beauty of my little island. Lots of little seating spaces. Again, some ducks and flowers, more seating, and a little bit of a bookshelf for maybe some more beachside. Now, some of my actual favorite creatures in the game are the turtles. I really do love how you can place the turtles and they really just look like they're actually there. We're gonna head east, and this is a little bit of the space that I wanted to show earlier. Beautiful waterfall. Let's take a screenshot here. I love this spot. So, a little bit of a reading nook. Beautiful sounds from the water and that beautiful giant butterfly model. All right, everybody, that's gonna wrap up my island tour for today. Please leave down in the comments what your favorite part of your island is, and if you have dream addresses, I would love to see them. I am doing a challenge on my Twitch channel where when we reach this community challenge, I will actually be doing dream address tours of other creators or anybody who wants to join in at all. So if you would like me to tour your island live on my Twitch channel, be sure to leave a comment down below, letting me know your dream address so I can check your island out and share it with my whole community. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more gaming content.